Well, hello. Today we are going to do our bell work. We're going to write it out. This is Wednesday, March 16th, and this is Form E. This is practice, and it won't be a test on Friday. It'll be an arithmetic quiz to make sure you know how to do these problems. Let's see if I can get that a little plainer. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so let's do these problems and work along with me. There are a few of you that this isn't easy for. Stay with me, do these problems together, and have your brains turned on and think about the steps that you do for each one of the problems. We're going to start with number 1. It's a multiplication problem. We're going to start with 5. 5 times 6 is 30. Put down a 0, carry a 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. Put down an 8, carry a 1. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. Put down a 1, carry a 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. Now we're going to put a 0 down because there's one number behind the 2. I put an X in it to indicate that it's a place value 0. 2 times 6 is 12. Put down a 2, carry a 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 2 times 6 is 12. Put down a 2, carry a 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now we add the digits together. You will have a 0, 10, carry a 1, 9, 10, carry a 1, 9. So the answer is 90,900. And we'll write the answer over here. 90,000, that looks a little bit like a 4. 900. Any questions on how to do those problems? All right, let's go on to number 2. Oh, we are adding decimals. And when you add decimals, you have to line up your decimal points. So I'm going to just start right here and line my decimal points up and put it even in the answer. Now we have 8 and 3/10, and then this is 4, 3, 5, 8. 4,358 10,000ths is the way you would read that. And we are adding. Now you don't have to add the zeros when you add in the empty spots, but you do when you subtract. So let's go ahead. 8, 5, 3, 3 plus 4 is 7. You get 8 and 7,358 10,000ths. Are there any questions on that? Okay. In number 3, oh, there's a decimal in the divisor. I have to move it out. 1, 2. Now there isn't a decimal point, so it's hiding behind, so I make it appear. And now I have to move it 2 places. 1, 2. Let's extend the division bar. I'm going to put it up there. What am I going to put in the empty loopies, kids? Zeros. That's right. So now you have 135 dividing 62,100. So let's get going. How many 135s are in a 6? None. In a 62, none. In a 621, I think 6 will be too big, so I'm going to try 5. I'm going to do that over here. 135 times 5. 25, carry a 2, 15, plus 2 is 17, put down a 7, carry a 1, 675. Oh, it's too big, isn't it? Well, I guess it's going to be a 4. Is that what you kids have that did it? Okay, 135 times 4. Now, I'm not going to erase it because I might use the 5 later on. We'll see. 20, carry a 2. 12 plus 2 is 14. Carry a 1. 540. Yes, 540 will fit underneath it. And you put the 4 above the 1. Subtract. You have 81. Bring down the next number. Well, 8's going to be too big. 7 times 3 is 21. 7's going to be too big. I'm going to try 6. 135 times 6. Carry a 3. 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh my goodness, it comes out perfect. 810. And I put a 6 there. Now kids, is the answer 46? That's right. We didn't use this 0 yet, so I have to bring it down. How many 135s are in a 0, 0? 0. Okay? So the answer is 460. Any questions on that? This one says you can use a remainder. You don't have to continue by adding a decimal point, okay? Every now and then it'll say that, so you don't have to use the decimal point. So let's get going on this one. I'm going to use red ink this time. 51 goes into 81 one time. Subtract. Bring down. 51 goes into 307 6 times. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract. Bring down. How many 51s are in a 15? None. Subtract. Bring down. How many 51s are in 152? Will it be 3? Nope, 3 will be too big, won't it? Yeah, it'll be 153, so that's too big. It's going to be a 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract and you get a 50. So remainder 50. Another way you could write the answer, I'm going to put 1602, remainder 50. Or you could say 1602 and 50 51st. If they wanted you to write it as a fraction, you could write it as a fraction. That's with the remainder. You use an R for a remainder. Any questions on that? Okay, let's go on to number 5. In number 5, you have 2 and 3/10. We're subtracting decimals. Line your points up. Minus 0.056. What do I have to put above the 5 and the 6? Zeros, because we're subtracting. And you have to borrow. You borrow from the 3, it turns into a 2, that turns into a 10. You borrow from a 10, it turns into a 9, that turns into a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 5 is 4, 2 minus 0 is 2, and you get 2 and 244 thousandths. Any questions? All right, number 6. 302 thousandths times 2/10. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 12. How many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 0.1204, or 0 and 1,204 10,000ths. Number 6. Any questions? Yes.
3 times 2 is 6.
And I said 12, didn't I? Thank you. That is not the right answer. 3 times 2 is 6. Let's just put a line all the way through that. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. Now, 4 numbers are behind the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, what do I put on my empty line? A 0. Yes, that looks much better. 0.0604. Any questions? I don't know why I put down a 12. No idea. That happens sometimes, doesn't it? Always got to be on the alert. Okay, let's go on to number 7. In my thinking cloud, 98 is really close to 100. All right. Now, 98's in a 1, none. In a 19, none. In 195, I think it's only going to be 1. 2 is going to be too big, isn't it? It's just a little bit too big. 1 too big, so it's only a 1. 98, subtract 15 minus 8 is 7. 18 minus 9 is 9. Bring down the next number. Does it go into it 9 times?
Yeah.
98 times 9. 9 times 8 is 72. Carry a 7. 81 plus 7 is 88. 882. Is that what you have?
Yeah.
Good. Subtract, and let's see, I want to put the 9 above it. Subtract. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7, whoops, borrow. 17 minus 8 is 9. Bring down the next number. Well, how many 900 or 98s are in a 978? Well, it looks like it's going to be is 9, 882. It's going to be 9, isn't it? 8, 8, 2. Subtract. 8 minus 2 is 6. 17 minus 8 is 9. So it's 199, remainder 96. 199, remainder 96. Any questions on that? Okay, the next problem is a subtraction problem. It's a little hard to see that, but it is subtraction. So I'm going to rewrite it as 7 decimal point minus decimal point 0.3402. You've got to put the zeros above the numbers. Now I can borrow from the 7, it turns into a 6, that turns into a 10. Borrow from the 10, it turns into a 9, that turns into a 10. Borrow from it, it turns into a 10. Borrow from it, it turns into a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. And bring the 6 down. 6 and 6,598 10,000s. Any questions? Everyone doing okay? All right, number 9 is pretty easy. 2, 9, I'm just going to write small and put this number right below that one. 9, 8, 5. 7, and we're adding. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry a 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 8 is 14. Carry a 1. 10. Carry a 1. 10, carry a 1, 7. Did you get 70,042? Good. All right, we have a fraction problem. What's our common denominator? It's our LCM, 6. Will 2 divide 6? Yes, it's going to be a 6. So I'm going to change 1/2 to 3 6. So 8 and 5 6 plus 14 and 1/2 is going to change to 3 6. Right, kids? Yeah, because 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. Now I add 5 6 plus 3 6 is 8 6. And 8 plus 14 is 22. We're not finished. 8 6 will simplify. What will it simplify to, McKaylin? I see your pencil's not in your hand, so I assume you've got this one. What will 8 6, oh, you dropped it. What will 8 6 simplify to? How many 6s live in an 8? How many 6s are in an 8? 1. So it's going to be 1, and there's 2 left over. So you add the whole number 1 to the whole number 22. Write this down. What's 1 plus 22? So it's going to be 23 and 2 6. But 2 6 will simplify because 2 can divide 2 and 2 can divide 6. It'll end up being what? 23 and 1/3. 23 and 1/3. Kids, if you don't know how to do this, you should be focused on doing these problems and getting everything written down. Everything written down. Be focused. You will get better if you do that. That's all you have to do. That's all it is.
I have 2 6.
2 6, but we can, if you had 2 6, I probably will count it right unless it says in lowest terms, okay? In the next problem, it's a division with a fraction. The first thing we have to do is change it to an improper fraction. 2 times 4, I don't know, she just said to send you down. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So we have 9 halves divided by 15 over 1. Now, when you divide, you change it to a multiplication problem by doing the reciprocal of the second fraction, right? So, you will have 9 halves times 1 over 15. What will divide a 9 and a 15? 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now we just don't have as large of numbers to mess with. You end up with 3/10. All right? Now, if you would have multiplied straight across, you would have had 9/30, and 9/30 would also simplify to 3/10, okay? So if they say simplified answer, that's what you have to have, all right? Last one. Move it 1, move it 1. Put it straight up in the problem. How many 76s are in a 1? None. An 11? None. 117? 1. So I put 76 underneath that. 7 minus 6 is 1. 11 minus 7 is 4. Bring down. How many 76s are in a 418? Is it 5? Let's see. 76 times 5, carry a 3, 35 plus 3 is 38. Yep, I'm going to put a 5. I get 380. Subtract. Oh, this is friendly, isn't it? How many 76s are in a 380? 5. We just said it. So the answer is 1 and 55/100. Any questions on how to do the Bellwork, kids? All right, we'll do the back side tomorrow, so don't lose this paper.